Hi, beautiful souls. Today I thought I'd share a little light on harmony. Those of you that ever read the little bit of description that I put beside each video will know that I always sign off with love to flourish in harmony with all life as one. With love to flourish in harmony with all life as one. Harmony. If you feel into it, that word, what it means for you, you'll instantly feel calmer. You'll instantly feel peace flowing through the cells of your body, making coherent anything that is agitated or stirred. Harmony automatically brings us to equilibrium. It makes us feel of equilibrium. It makes us consider friendship, kinship, partnership, unity, oneness. Spirit of sharing, order, divine order. We have harmony in nature, being at one with nature, but we also want to be harmonious in the way that we're living, in harmony with our source, harmony with the higher aspects that we are, with the multidimensionality that we are, and bypassing the human ego and all of its crazy desires and wants and distractions, bypassing that human ego and looking for higher wisdom from the higher aspects of that we are, going inwards. And the more that we go inwards, the more harmony we discover within ourselves, but within this world that surrounds us. Because in order to live a harmonious life, you must be harmonious within, because everything outside of you is a reflection of what's going on within inside of you. It's not always easy to admit that, especially if you're going through some trials, tribulations, some bumps in the road. You know, like, oh my God, this isn't fair. How come it's all... You know what? I wonder who manifested all of this, even if it was unconscious. That's right. We're the ones. We're the ones to save ourselves. We're the ones to create that we are experiencing. We are the responsible ones, or irresponsible, depending on how we are choosing to make those choices that surface in each precious moment. Are you prepared to live and listen to your highest self, your mighty I am presence, and the higher aspects that you are? Or are you still playing in the lower realms, being pulled here and there by your very grumpy, needy ego that wants, that desires, that pulls you here and there, that bypasses higher truth, that bypasses harmony, that bypasses so much that is actually a masterful way to live? There is no harmony when you are following your ego. There is no harmony when you are existing in the 3D and the 4D realms, because let's face it, there isn't a lot of fun to be had all the time. Most people do experience a lot of pain and suffering. So the more joy and harmony and peacefulness, the better, because then we feel happier and our happiness radiates outwards and touches others with our happiness. And then they start to produce more of that happiness within themselves, because the 100th monkey effect is a real thing. So each person that raises their consciousness does affect the one. And one of these aspects is getting really harmonious, listening to inside, listening with wisdom. What am I next here to experience? How may I be of higher service now? Am I truly in alignment with everything that I have come to be? Meditation is key for everything, for every single quality of self-mastery, and for every single quality of multidimensional mastery. Meditation is your key. And if you don't have a solid meditation practice, you won't reach these levels of harmony, mastery, wisdom, peace, and relaxation. You'll always be pulled about by your ego, because your ego will not let go, and it will continue to try and hold you down until you surrender and release it. And the surrender isn't always easy, because there's so many things that we're hooked into, and there's so many places where our ego wants to override our highest path. But you must trust in your universe, you must trust in the multiverse, and know that it has your back, and that you have come here for a higher purpose. And if you just step into your higher purpose and move with the stream, allowing that stream to take you with ease and with grace, you will find that you instantly become coherent. Your nervous system starts to regulate. You lose all anxieties and fears, because you're trusting, and your faith in your path is so expansive, and you feel that harmony. You feel that song flowing, vibrating through you, which feels just delightful, so uplifting and enchanting. Just like listening to really perfect music, you hear that within you. There is a certain song that we each emit, a certain light that we each emit. We are each beams of light. We are light, and we each have our own light signature, and we each have our own harmonic. And when played together with every single unique fractal that makes up the one, we have the most almighty beautiful song. An almighty beautiful orchestra plays the most almighty beautiful song. And each song is perfect and divine. But when somebody has issues with their nervous systems, their anxieties issues, fear issues, desires, wants, addictions, when people are not surrendering to their highest path, when they're not being responsible and looking after themselves in the way that they should, when they're still playing with density, when they're still tuned in to newspapers and scroll rolls. Guilty of the scroll roll yesterday, but when they're still doing this, then it keeps you apart from the grace and the wonderment of pure harmony, which is what we should all be experiencing in each precious moment. You know, being present helps you to be harmonious in the way that you live. Being calm and stretching time, so not responding or reacting immediately, but allowing things to settle. And I know this isn't always easy, because sometimes when we have conversations with people, they're very, very keen to speak. Some people are rapid fire, and you can't really get a word in edgeways. And sometimes there's that space where we like to have a pause before we answer, but other people can take it as an invitation to put their bit in, and then you find it's very difficult to answer. But we can stretch time. We can stretch that time, and we don't have to respond or react so quickly to what people say to us or anything like that. We can actually give ourselves breathe How does this feel? How can I make this more coherent and more harmonious? How can I make this more compassionate and caring and with kinship for all life? And then respond from a place of love, from your heart, rather than your defensive ego. In every way that we live our lives, I invite you to consider how you can make it more harmonious. Harmonious in your thoughts, your actions, and the feelings. What are you thinking? Mostly we think about things that we have been placed where we've been placing our attention and our focus. So for instance, if you have been playing in a scroll roll and you've placed your attention and your focus there, you will be thinking about things from that until you clear that from your system. You can clear that, of course, by getting dragons to help you. You can clear that by calling in masters. You can clear it on your own accord, obviously with your own intention. But you might have to clear it on quite a few different levels because it can compress within your system. And it's a lot for your optic nerve to take in. You can literally overload yourself with this kind of stuff. It's really damaging actually to the human system. The human system's not developed to take on board things like scroll rolls and obsessive watching things on screens, screen time. We're not designed for that. Most people don't spend adequate time in nature to ground their energies and to come back into equilibrium. So we do have to be considerate and conscious and aware in how we keep ourselves in fine fettle and how we keep our harmonious equilibrium flowing sweetly so that we're relaxed and calm. And in our relaxed, calm states, we're able to assist others to be calm and relaxed when they come to communicate with us. We lead by example. Don't get pulled into the lower levels. Lower levels will always try to tempt you back. The ego is relentless, doesn't want to let go. It always wants to control and dominate. And that's nothing, there's nothing unified about that. But when you step into harmony, and when you step into presence, and when you make it your mission to be your highest self and keep stepping into the next version of your highest self, being compassionate and kind along the way to yourself and to all others, you will start to make good headway and progress, and things will start to slip away from the old paradigm, and you will start to find your footing, and you will begin to make a solid foundational progress, becoming more masterful in each perfect now moment. But you must continue to harmoniously move forwards. Do not turn around and go backwards on yourself. Do not turn around and stick your nose into something that's not meant for you. Do not turn around and look at the old paradigm falling apart, or comment on it, or get involved in it. Just keep moving forwards with a harmonious, peaceful, loving, joyful gait, so that you can keep bringing forth that into this experience here on this beautiful planet, for others to also feel that energy, and also so that they can experience that for themselves. We are the ones we've been waiting for, and we are our own personal leaders, and we should be leading ourselves by example. How do you want your human to live? If you just take yourself and just see yourself as so much more than just this human right now, because you are. How would you really love, the person that you most love, how do you want them to live? How do you want them to experience their days? You want them to be happy, you want them to feel safe, you want them to feel calm, you want them to be full of joy, you want them to feel inspirational and successful, and full of vitality. And yet most people don't give this to themselves. And most people dabble in things that just are not kind because they're still not completely conscious. And the most harmonious way of being in presence and being aware to just slow things down a little, coming from a place of unity as one. How can I be more loving and kind as I flow through this stream of well-being, moving towards greater levels of wonderment, letting go of all that's not meant for me, letting it go with ease and with grace, with reverence for all concerned, compassion for all concerned, without judgment, without poking your nose in, just focusing on your path. Harmony. I wish you all harmonious lives, and I wish you the wisdom to find that harmonious path within you. Many blessings. My name is Zaza. Like, subscribe and share if you feel called to do so.